So we know what our keywords are, and now we need to select a domain name. To select a domain name, there's certain criteria that you need to work with. The first one, and the most important one, being that you have your main keywords within your domain name. That is imperative. Also, you want to make sure that you have a domain name without hyphens. It's kind of debated whether it really matters. It's gone back and forth whether it does matter in terms of search engine results, but at this point it's best if you have a domain with no hyphens, so that as that fluctuates you end up with one that doesn't get affected by the fluctuations. Also, you don't want any weird TLDs like .biz or .info. Always get a .com domain. I understand that .info domains cost a little bit less, but you need a .com, not only for your brand reputation when people see you in the search results, the .com is more trustworthy, but also because .coms rank higher in the search engines. You want to keep your domain name short and sweet. You don't want it to be something that is super duper long or super hard to remember. And your domain name should convey what the site is about. Now, since you've got your main keywords in the domain name, that should help, but make sure that when people look at that domain name that they can understand what you're going to be talking about on that site. And lastly, you want to repeat a keyword if you need to. Like if your domain name is, let's use an example that we looked at in our keyword research. There was a domain name in there in the SEO competition results that was weworkout.com. And I assume that they did that because they couldn't get weworkout.com. Somebody else had already registered that. So instead they chose to register weworkout.com. And that let them continue to have their keywords in the domain, not have a super long domain, and it also still made sense. So let's head on over to some of the tools that I use to help me generate domain name ideas, and I'll walk you through that process. So back when we were doing our keyword research, one of the keywords that we identified was juice cleanse, and it had an okay competition profile, and it was well within our parameters for SEO competition and SEO title competition. So for this example, I'm going to use the juice cleanse example, and we're going to put together a site based on juice cleanse as the main keyword and using sub-keywords in the juice cleanse market to build content, traffic, and links. We're going to need a domain name for our site, so let me show you some of my favorite places for helping you come up with domain names. This is Nameboy. It's at nameboy.com, and what you do is you just put in a primary word, so I would use juice, and then my secondary word would be cleanse. And I don't want to have hyphens. Hyphens aren't good in a domain name, and rhyming doesn't matter. And then I'm going to click Go Nameboy Go. Now, it's important that your domain name does have your main keywords in it, so you're going to do everything that you can to find a domain that you can include your main keywords into. One that I tend to use a lot is keyword and then now. So here's cleanse juice is actually available. That really wouldn't be that bad, even though it's backwards. It would still be, it's got the two main keywords in it, so that's kind of cool. Juice is cleanse, juice clean, juice cleanser, and usually the best ones are up top at Nameboy. So by the time that you get several pages deep, they become less and less relevant. So let's go to a different suggestion engine. I'm going to be right at GoDaddy, and I'm going to put in juice cleanse, and it automatically selects .com for me. Obviously juicecleanse.com is already taken. We're going to look and see if there are any good suggestions from GoDaddy for domains that are similar. We've got juice cleanse now. Like I just said, that's one that I use a lot, is just putting now at the end because it's short. You don't want to have a super long domain name. You want it to be as short as possible and yet still have your keywords in it. So juice cleanse now is one, and then let's see if cleanse juice, which is one that Nameboy said was available, and let's see if it actually is available here at GoDaddy. Okay, it's actually not available. So we're going to look at another domain suggestion tool. This is Domain Tools Domain Suggestion Tool, and it's at domain-suggestions.domaintools.com, and you just enter in your search term and hit Get Suggestion. The domain suggestions for Juice Cleanse from the Domain Tools website, it'll show you here if they're registered, and if it's white, then that means that the domain is available. So let's see what we've got. The Cleanse Online, the Cleanse Now, Juice Cleanse World. That's not so bad. Juice Cleanse Site. I don't like using site, that bores me. But Juice Cleanse World is okay, so we'll keep that open. and go over to DomainsBot. This is at DOMAINS bot.com. And this shows us that the .info.biz and .us of Juice Cleanse is available. However, I don't suggest that you register a .info.biz .us. Those are generally don't rank as well in the search engines, and you look much better with a .com name. OrangeJuiceCleanse.com. FruitJuiceCleanse.com. These are individual kinds of cleanses that people use, and actually were some of the keywords that I saw earlier. So let me take you to a whole other idea of looking at domain names, and it's one of the things that I'll do sometimes. I'm back in Market Samurai. I'm on my Juice Cleanse tab. I've deleted my parameters for SEO competition and title competition, as well as my parameters for SEO traffic, and this is bringing me now just all of the Juice Cleanse keywords, and I'm going to export those to my desktop. And then I've opened that export that I just pulled, and I'm going to copy all of these keywords with a copy and go back over to GoDaddy. From the drop down, choose Domains and Bulk Register. Here you can enter in up to 500 keywords. I'm going to paste in all those keywords that I just got. I only want to have .coms, and then you need to enter in a confirmation code. I think I just put in something like 126 domains, and of those, about 15 of them have been deleted. And then here are all of the domains that are still available, like Apple Juice Cleanse, Juice Flush, Juice Colonic, Cranberry Juice Liver Cleanse. So why am I doing this? Because sometimes if you want to go for a market that has less traffic, and you just happen to own the domain name that is the keyword, you can rank very, very, very quickly with it. So what we found here, like, let's see, what are some of our SEO traffic? Lemonade Diet Cleanse. Did that one make it through? Lemonade Diet Cleanse is unavailable. Let's try Maple Syrup Cleanse. Did that one make it through? Maple Syrup Cleanse is unavailable. Lemon Juice Cleanse is unavailable. Juice Colon Cleanse. Let's try Juice Colon Cleanse. Okay, Juice Colon Cleanse was not deleted. And if you look in our SEO competition for that particular key phrase, that would get us 18 hits a day. No, it's not huge, and I'm not suggesting it is. What I am saying is that this is an incredible way to capture low-hanging fruit by just registering a domain name that happens to have the keywords that you're looking for. So if you take that data from Market Samurai, pull it directly into GoDaddy or your registrar of choice, and find out which of those keywords are still available as domain names, you can rank very, very quickly for those keywords because you own that domain. You add up a page of, content, and you can redirect it, or you can have a link to your main site. You will need some content on there with your keyword, but it's another option to look at when working in markets. This in particular might be something worthwhile doing in a very, very competitive market like we looked at in our keyword research, like the credit repair market. But back to our domain suggestions. Here we were looking at the .biz and the .orgs that are available. That doesn't really interest me, and these are variations on our keywords like beverage cleanse, so I don't want that. This is the Dotomator, DOTOMATOR.com, and this helps you come up with domain names as well. So you can choose, say, tiny, and then you can type in Juice Cleanse, our keyword, and it'll combine those with the suggestions over on this side. So here's some different suggestions for domain names like Atom Juice Cleanse, Bit Juice Cleanse. Let's change this to Web 2.0 words. Babble Juice Cleanse, Flip Juice Cleanse, and these are good if you're looking to create like a brand, and it's actually using this and the Web 2.0 name generator, which is the link up here, is how I came up with the name for Crowd Mountain. Let's see what Value Juice Cleanse, Box Juice Cleanse. Okay, I'm going to go back to GoDaddy, and The domain that I've liked the best is the plain old Juice Cleanse Now. So we'll search for that again. I'm going to select Juice Cleanse Now. Again, I chose that domain because it incorporates my keywords, and the additional word at the bottom is a nice action word for people who see it in the search engine results, and it's very short, so it doesn't add a lot of unnecessary length onto my domain name. And at this point, I'm just going to proceed to checkout and purchase my domain. I've purchased my domain, and next we're going to set it up on our server and install WordPress and get it all configured and optimized for the search engines.